How's it, everyone? I was hoping to come on a little bit earlier, um, but never got a chance. Anyway, the Sharks WP game is finished, and I'm a happy man. The Sharks finally got a win. Didn't get to watch the game, unfortunately. Nothing broadcast here in the UK, but I saw WP went into an early lead, and Sharks came back. So happy with that. Happy enough with that result. I thought when I saw the teams come out that if Sharks didn't win that one, then you know they weren't going to win a game this season. So home game against fellow strugglers, we managed to get the win. So happy with that one. Anyway, this is just going to be a quick one this evening. I'm going to have a run through some of the rugby for the weekend and discuss my sort of best bets. So initially, I'll look at the NPC. It's been quite a tricky start to the season in NPC. There's been a few upsets, kind of similar to the Curry Cup. I mean, a couple of teams been hit and miss. Won some games that we didn't expect them to win, and then lost ones that they've been expected to win. My view for this weekend, my best bet in the NPC. Well, the only bets that I'm having in the NPC this weekend is going to be a double. Auckland and Taranaki win, and the double for those two is just shy of evens. So not a bad. Auckland have been disappointing so far this season, but I think at home, if they're going to want to get off the mark at home against Northland, and Waikato started off the season well, but then they've been kind of up and down. Taranaki are a decent side. I expect them to take that one at home. So that double paying just shy of evens is quite a decent one. There are a couple of other good games, but nothing that really I'm really that confident about in the NPC. Curry Cup, the Cheetahs Lions game. I've just looked at the line now in the UK. Bookies struggling to separate both these sides. So, I fancy the Lions just to edge that one. But again, it's not a totally confident call because they've also slipped up when we thought they wouldn't. But the Lions side selected should get the job done. I'm not going to have a bet at the moment. If the odds change a bit, I might look to get involved. But they're better bets over the weekend. And then, as discussed earlier this week when I was chatting with Darren on the preview for the Wallaby game, I see the handicap is around about minus 14.5 or 14.5 for the box, and I think bookies have got that about right. I expect box to come out firing after all the criticism and heat that they have suffered over the last week. So, and then obviously they've got a much stronger bomb squad this week. Having said that, Aussies are still a very dangerous side. If they can get, they'll have picked up a lot of confidence from last week and really believe they can beat the Box again. And if they could go back to Australia with 2 wins out of 2 on SA soil, that would be a huge dent to the South African invincibility type. Before last week, everyone was saying Box are not going to lose a game and they could go over to New Zealand and win 2 out of 2. But now everything's changed, and within 1 week, everything's changed, and everyone's saying that there's a good chance Australia could win in the second test. I think sanity will prevail this week. Springboks, we've got a wake-up call, and I can see them turning things around. But I think the bookies have got it about right, minus 14.5. I'm saying Box between 10 and 14, that sort of line. So there's not much difference to what I'd predicted. So nothing for me to get involved on. We didn't discuss much about the Argentina All Black game last week. So, I've seen the two sides. I really like the Argentina side they've selected this week. probably almost as strong as they can go. I really like the balance. I like the loose forward trio they've selected. I'm enjoying the halfbacks. Just in general, I think they've picked a very strong side. But having said that, Argentina at home recently have just been shocking. I mean, I watched them against England, saw them against the All Blacks last week. Shocking might be a bit of a strong word, but they haven't looked like winning, shall I say. They've had their moments, the moments against the All Blacks last week, but really, you never felt that Argentina were going to win that game. However, if they're going to beat the All Blacks, this week's their real opportunity with the side that they've selected. All Blacks, of course, have also gone very strong, and I like their team as well. So I see the line of the bookmakers of around 10.5, and I think again that's pretty good. But if I have to, well, I've had a play this weekend, and I'm going on the alt cap double. So I've taken Australia plus 20.5 and Pumas plus 17.5. That double pays evens, and I think it's a safer option. I do love an old cap. I think Australia, although I expect Box to beat Australia quite convincingly, 20.5 is a substantial cap, particularly at sea level, and with conditions likely to be not the best. So expecting a lower scoring game this week. It's not certainly a lower scoring than at altitude. So taking 20.5 gives you a bit of extra comfort. And then just because Argentina have been very poor at home, I do feel they've got a shot of beating the All Blacks this week. But you can never trust them fully. And again, the Kiwis have got a strong bench. They could pull away a second half, or even if they've pulled away in the first half, they could consolidate that. So I've taken the Argentina 17.5. That's my best bet for the weekend. Evens, Australia plus 20.5, Argentina plus 17.5 double. And yeah, let's see how that goes. I don't plan on live streaming the Bok Australia game tomorrow. I prefer to just watch it and concentrate. When I watch games, I really get totally involved and really want to concentrate on certain players and their performances. But I'll certainly post a video straight after the game with my reflections, my player ratings, stuff like that. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to update my TikTok account and get more involved on TikTok and just have shorter snippets where I can share my best bets with you and hopefully make you a bit of money on the punting side of things. So I'm going to combine this YouTube and the TikTok account and try and develop a following on that as well. Anyway, if you are punting this weekend, I wish you the best of luck. Let's take the bookies and go the Bokker. Catch you all later.